welcome back. We're actually driving down right now the road going up to Thumb Butte. We're in Thumb Butte Park. It's a very large landmark here in Prescott, Arizona. You can see it right up there. Some people can make that hike in a lunch hour. Good God Almighty, I couldn't make it in a lunch week. But I do have to work on my stamina some. We have to be real slow and careful around here because, as you can see, we have hikers and all sorts of things, trucks. The road is fraught with danger, just like your Social Security disability application is. The government means it when they say file form 4242. You can come up to the office, any government office, with a truckload of paperwork that proves your case frontwards and backwards, but if you haven't got that government form on the top saying see attached, it don't exist. That's a bureaucracy. But we're not here to talk about that today. What we're here to do is take a careful look both at the road and what you got to do and what tests you have to meet to qualify for Social Security. Now, the standard definition is you have to have a condition that will result in death or prevent you from working for the next 12 months at least. The irony in that is you have to be considered disabled 5 months, or is it 6? 5 or 6 months now, before they'll even start any payments. So if you can beat the hunger monster off for 5 or 6 months, probably longer actually, after you're qualified, you'll get your Social Security. But here's the thing, a lot of the conditions that people have are not singly in and of themselves considered disabling. So you have to go into the combination tests, a combination of an impairment or a combination of impairments that will result in death or prevent you from working for 12 months. Social Security actually has these on a grid system. That's called the grids. And you basically go down. It's almost like a statutory civil, with a capital C, law system. And civil, by that I mean the civil system that was enacted by Napoleon Bonaparte, which now prevails in most European countries. It is different than the common law system that we use in the United States, but it serves the purpose. In that countries, whatever is not expressly forbidden is usually allowed. But back to Social Security. When you put in your application, it's very important that you do not get too specific with why you consider you're disabled. I actually, back in the day when I took a more active practice, would put solely and strictly that I am disabled within the meaning of the Social Security Act. That's back when we used paper forms. I am disabled within the meaning of the Social Security Act. That leaves all of your windows open for later appeals. Now then, as we go up the dirt road, it's very important that you brace yourself, unless you are really on your dying bed, that you're going to go through a process. The first time you will be turned down. Usually, I would say 85 to 90% of everyone is turned down the first time. You must immediately file a document called a request for consideration. And there's some other forms that you fill out with that as well, where you expound once more on your condition. Why are you disabled? What can you do? What can you not do? How much can you lift? How much can you stand? How much can you sit? How much can you move? Can you put your hand over your head? Can you put your hands on the floor? A lot of people give up at this time because it's very frustrating to deal with such inane questions. But it is very important, because the people that you are asking to give you free money have not seen you ever. And you're just a number to your family, your flesh and blood. Grandma, grandpa, dad, mom, aunt, uncle, beloved spouse. But to the people in the Social Security office, you are just another number, probably attached to an idiot. So, you can expect to go through the reconsideration phase. This can take anywhere from 60 days to 6 months, depending on the backlogs at the Social Security office determining your claim. What's even more ironic is your claim might actually go to the guy sitting in the desk next to the first guy that turned you down, and they'll laugh at you and say, remember this one. The first time you will meet someone face to face that can actually make a decision on your claim is if you go in front of a hearing before an administrative law judge. It is very important when you go in front of this administrative law judge that you have every currently available medical record in your Social Security file. If you cannot afford your Social Security records for your file, Social Security will get them for you, but there is a hang time. There is a hang time. So do not expect to submit your medical record request to the Social Security Administration 2 weeks before your hearing and expect the records to be there. You're better to go to your doctor's office where the records are and park it until they produce them. And I assure you that if you go up there smelling kind of right, dressed in dirty clothes, but with the money for them records, they will get them puppies for you with the quickness. But never be rude to the ladies behind the counter at the doctor's office, because they can make your life miserable. They can lose forms. They can misdiagnose in the writing of the forms, and otherwise just generally mess you up. But between initial consideration and request for a hearing, you can expect it to last approximately 9 months to a year. I'm Joey Sapp. We'll be back going down the mountain and tell you what you can expect after that. Joe Jack Sales Info.